welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Dyno Day, and we haven't come up with a name for it just yet, but we're trying to do a little series where once a month or once a week, we put something on the dyno and find out what kind of power it makes. And well, the first thing we're gonna put on there is Stevens 92 D250. We are here today with the one and only Stephen Holden, also known as 12er.
Howdy, how's your mama and them?
She's good, dude.
Good.
She says you don't call, but...
Well, somebody's lying.
All right, dude, so give us your rig rundown. What do you got going on here?
We have a 92 first gen Cummins with the basic mods. Head studs, valve springs, steed speed manifold, 62 millimeter turbo, maxed out 12 mil pump, 514 injector, ceramic Val Air clutch.
Got a fast?
Oh yeah, I got a fast and a sump.
What's the dimensions on the turbo?
62, 65, 14.
S300?
Yep.
Nothing real crazy. HX40 outlet.
With a dirty air cleaner.
DIY little kit, rubber 45, couple clamps, stick of pipe, and an air cleaner. Looks like that has seen better days.
Yeah, that we may do before and after, see if, you know.
The truck is a factory 5-speed, factory tack, captain's chair, center console, two-tone. It's a cool truck. It came from a really good friend of Steven and mine.
Yep.
We used to work for the guy that Steven got this truck from, and his dad bought the truck brand new, and Steven got a chance to buy it, and he bought it, and well, here she is now.
Yeah.
And she runs pretty good. This that injection pump was on another motor, another 12-valve motor that had a K27 and an S369 in compounds, making 55, 60 pounds of boost. Yep. Stock head, 178 208 cam, and on our old dyno, I think it made mid 560s, 565, yep. 568, something like that. Stock intercooler, 2.5 inch diameter piping, nothing real crazy.
It had a 410 gear on a 235. Like, it loaded it, but it was just like, it needed like more gear.
It pulled through the load really quickly because the gear was so low. So it was like, if you're riding a mountain bike and you're in a really low gear, even if you're really strong, you can only exert so much force and then you're out of RPM. You know, you can only pedal so fast and then your legs would explode.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same kind of deal. So we thought, well, we felt like it kind of sandbagged us a little bit on what the total power was, because you could put it on the street and load it way harder and it was much more aggressive.
Yeah.
So anyway, this setup is a single 62, same injection pump, different injector.
Yes, 518s or 520s in that setup. Okay. And these are 514s, but this truck has a 354 gear, same size tire. So I'm hoping it makes close to 500 horse.
Yeah, y'all got any guesses? I'm hoping he makes 500. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it's gonna make 475 off my butt dyno driving it here.
Cool. I'm gonna get into the Quantum software and set the load at 30%. That's what we used last time on the old dyno. It was somewhere between 30 and 40% was a pretty good load to pull the engine all the way down as far as it could, so that way you load the engine and load and spool up the charger, the turbo, and make a good run and see accurately what kind of power it makes when you have the engine loaded like it would be on the street. I'm gonna get the basic stuff set up and we're gonna make a pull. Let's go to create session. Don't know what the is going on here. I don't have a name, order number. Okay, hang on. Okay, we've got a new session titled Stevens First Gen. Now we're gonna go over here and click New Run. We're gonna do a gear roll on. We got static load sitting here at 40%. We're gonna start at 30%. And next, optical pickup. That means we're using the crankshaft up there. I know RPM, 750, it's really close. As far as notes go, we can enter in here what his specifics are, the turbo size, blah, blah, blah. This is just for us to reference. I don't think we care.
No, not right now.
There we go.
Let's just see how much she makes.
All right. Okay, so we should be ready to get this thing rolled up to speed. We're gonna make the first pull in fourth gear at 30% load, see what happens, and if we have to up the load in order to get this thing to pull down like we want it to, then we will. And we'll make a pull in fourth, and then we'll go up to fifth gear and load it as hard as we can if necessary. If we don't break 500, or if we don't lose a tire or anything silly, U-joint, drive shaft,
Oh, that's cherry.
we should be fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens. Let's go. Ready? 1800. That thing went dumb. I don't know what happened, but I need to do it again. I messed up. I didn't have it set right in my hand. I'm trying to get used to using the controller again, and it's
Okay.
all right. Bring it up. Fourth gear, 30% load. Looks like that last run was 374 horsepower, 780 foot-pounds, max torque. Correction factor is at 1.0. It's on SAE, so that's a fairly honest number for fourth gear. It seems like we've always had to put diesels, turbo diesels, in overdrive so you can really load the thing and let it do the talking. So we're fixing to do that, put it in fifth, a lot of wheel speed, so I'm gonna step back out of the way. Hopefully this audio works. And let's see what it does in fifth gear. Truck. .377, 844, same horsepower, 65 foot-pounds more torque. 375 is not going to work, so I think we need to push the pump to the head, pinch the wastegate closed, and see what happens.
Yeah, we hit the brake real quick, but yes, I agree. I don't have that much to go, but
still got some room. All right, so 378 and 844 isn't bad for your first pull, but
that's weak.
It's not going to work.
It's extremely weak, and I'm disappointed.
I understand. It has almost no timing crack of any kind. 12 valves, when you have the timing advanced high, they make a crack when you open the throttle from idle. And this thing is set pretty low. This pump has the KSB mechanism, the timing mechanism gutted out of it, so it's static timed. And I don't know where the pump is timed at. I don't think Steven does either, but we just got
Not enough, I know that.
We do it by ear. You can tell if you're at least close. This thing's gonna get loosened. The pump's gonna get pushed to the cylinder head, and the gap that is between the AFC housing and the cylinder head will become close to 0 as we can make it. That should be good for, oh, I forget what it is. It's like 7 to 10 degrees.
I think we pick up 50 horse
So
off of that.
yeah, so 4 1/4 to the tire. Let's see what happens. Old trick on a first gen, take a ratchet strap, hook it to the AFC housing. You can go all the way over here, and they have a hole conveniently here. This, Steven and I believe, was put here for this exact reason.
Yeah.
So that you can pull a little tension on it, then you whop it with a mallet. He's got a rubber mallet, and you can pull the pump over, and you can now see what was 1/4 of an inch is now nothing. So now let's see what it makes. We added a bunch of timing. Couldn't tell you, 1/4 inch of movement from the injection pump. And Steven, you want to run your own handheld here, bro? Actually, you mean you can see the computer.
Yeah, I can do that.
Would that be easier?
Yeah. Let's see what it sounds like.
Here we go. It still has way more timing to go. We're gonna have to jump a tooth.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump a tooth.
The last motor that we had this pump on, we took the injection pump gear and advanced to the tooth. And sometimes when you run out of room, like this one right here, we have a high pop pressure injector, a lot of fuel happening, really high rate of injection. You can advance it because the pulse is not as broad. First power adder, 377. We're hoping for 50 horse. Let's see what happens. picked up roughly 33 or 4 horsepower and about 50 foot-pounds of torque.
So 33 horse at the tire, so that's 50 horse at the crank.
Yes.
Okay, so we nailed that one.
We got a little bit of room left on the wastegate. So
Go ahead and do that.
it has a stock wastegate set on it, which is at about, what, 40 pounds?
Yeah.
We're making 40 pounds of boost out of this charger. We are going to crimp the wastegate line that goes from the compressor housing over to the wastegate actuator. We're gonna crimp that closed. That way no boost pressure can relieve the gate. It's gonna drive the turbo harder. I mean, if you have enough fuel and stuff like that, you can damage a turbo, but we don't care. We just wanna make some power. That's a cheap turbo. I think that turbo's probably, I don't know, 500 bucks. So we're gonna crimp it closed and see what it makes. So far, dynos are cool.
Yeah, it's just, we added timing, we're making power, and the proof is there.
That's right, dude. Proof's
Right.
in the pudding.
Another 15 horse.
Think 15?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We're at 410. Yeah, I mean, if we make 425 at this point, I'll be feeling pretty good. All right, let's go. We just crimped the wastegate closed. Same fuel, same timing, same load. What do you think we're gonna make? Let's find out. That sounded pretty good. 412.7, 935 foot-pounds. So we picked up 45 foot-pounds and 2 horsepower. 2 horsepower, 45 foot-pounds though, dude. We're almost at it. What is that?
1,000.
930, yeah. I mean, 1,000 foot-pounds would be cool.
I'm
Damn,
so
dude.
not satisfied.
I know this is gonna piss me off. I'm gonna go home being like, can't even make 4 1/4 and 1,000? What in the What kind of punk can't make 4 1/4 and 1,000 foot-pounds first time on the dyno?
What a pile.
No we should burn this thing to the ground right where it sits. Let's see, engine temp, we're a little bit warm. You should honestly have fans on your stuff, but we've done enough trash to know
I
that this thing will
guarantee
be
you
all right.
we pick up 30 horse if we dump water on that intercooler.
I know
That's
if
the
we
sad
cool,
thing.
yeah, if I go grab some cold water and spray on the intercooler, we might could make 4 1/4. But damn, dude, that's pulling out the stops.
Why does this happen?
How many pounds of boost did you make?
Like 47.
47.
Yeah.
What in the hell? These injectors suck. Something sucks.
Something's sucking, dude. I'm pissed.
No. All right. Well, look. How about I give you a ride home and we like bump the timing a 2 or 4
I'm pulling
tomorrow?
the front cover off and jumping in gear. I'm already mad. If I didn't have a wife and kids, I'd stay here all night.
All right, folks. Well, I think that might end it for the night. I don't know if Steven. Well, I mean, Steven was supposed to be driving this truck home, but
I'm not
he just
driving
locked
it
it
home.
and rolled the windows up. And I asked him, "So, are you driving it home?" And what was your response?
Now I'm gonna walk home and think about everything I have in this shop to make this thing better and faster, and I'll be here tomorrow before anyone is up in America, and I'm gonna have this thing torn apart where it makes more power. Because I'm pissed.
I was gonna end the video, but this is actually gonna be the part where we go and we're gonna see you in the morning with old 12er out here turning wrenches, seeing if he can make a measly 425 horse. I don't know what the problem is, dude.
Yeah. I'm a
Oh man, this is fun. Already, this is what dynos do. You get them, you just wanted to do one little thing.
You got Grandpa's truck, and now it's fixing to be 4 lanes with compounds and nitrous. So.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the morning.
Morning. The long walk. And, well, I just got back up here. 8 miles in the snow uphill both ways, and I'm advancing the timing by a lot because I'm not happy. Willie ain't here yet. He's still walking. So I'm gonna start draining coolant, get my upper radiator hose off. I need to pull the front cover off, right chair. We're gonna get after it. Hopefully pick up another 50, 75 horse. All right, so I got the front cover off, and as you can see, okay, so somewhere right there is the letter E and a dot on the cam gear. Dot on the cam gear is there, E is there. We're gonna take this gear off, pop it off, and turn it up where the C right there lines up with that dot, and that's gonna advance it 1 tooth. So that's what we're doing. As you can see here, I jumped a tooth, and the camera, oh, you can almost see right there that dot is lined up with C. Now the engine's turned a little bit. You just have to believe me because you can't see. But 1 tooth is good for 10 degrees. So when we start this thing back up, it ought to sound like there's some ball peens whipping in the bottom end. I'm gonna take my front cover here. I've already knocked the new seal in it, RTV that thing up. Hey, and we're gonna bolt her on. Then we got the fan, harmonic balancer, and we'll be ready to make some pulls. So we're gonna get it wrapped up. All right, so we got it all buttoned up. Now it's time to start it and see what 10 more degrees of timing sounds like.
What's up, you guys? As you can tell, I got a Brazilian wax last night. I think it's because I was so bothered that Steven couldn't make 500 horsepower out of a first gen.
I'm still heartbroken sad.
He jumped the tooth, and we picked up a ton of timing. This thing sounds way better. I hope the camera's picking up the noticeable difference in sound that makes, because it cracks so much harder in person. So we're gonna let it warm up, getting the dyno stuff hooked back up. We took it all back inside last night. Steven's getting everything plugged in, and we're gonna see what this thing makes. We got some operating temp on the dash.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna run it up through the gears and see what it makes. I cleaned up the other runs that we made yesterday, last night. Took all the other trial runs and stuff where we didn't make any power. Our biggest number to date so far, 412 horsepower and 935 foot-pounds of torque. So we jumped a tooth. Let's see what happens. There we go. Well, something's definitely whack because it's showing the RPM on this thing running all the way over here to past 4,000, even 3,800, and Steven ended that pull at around 32 to 3,500 RPM. So we're gonna clear that run and try.
I would start a new run altogether.
I'm just gonna start a new run altogether, and let's see what we got. Okay, brand new run. 35% load, but everything else is the same. We were at 40% last time. This is just to see what happens. .466 horse, 1,032 foot-pounds of torque. It sounded like that time it finally loaded for real.
Yeah.
So we have to do a better job of like how we're making the runs, or you know.
Well, it's all new to us. I mean, not new dyno. We ain't done it in years. So
Yeah. But it feels like we're starting to get a feel for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
that's a decent number for.
Well, I mean, added 10 degrees of timing, and we picked up 54 horsepower.
Yeah.
So off timing alone, we've gone from 377 to 460. So we've done almost 100 horsepower basically off of only adding timing.
Timing, yeah, we crimped the gate close.
Yeah, which I don't even know if I made over 40 pounds.
Well, by advancing the timing, we're lowering the boost number too.
So that may not, the crimping of the gate may not really have done anything on that run. But it just shows that spraying the fuel at the right time
makes a huge difference.
Makes a huge difference. And my EGTs came down like at least 400 or 500 degrees.
Awesome. I don't know what we're gonna do just yet. Maybe make another pull, add some load, do something.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. The dyno graph does look pretty whack though on this run. Even though we feel like that's probably an honest pickup of power, we're gonna just repeat it because the graph looks super whack. I've got smoothing set on 3. I can turn the smoothing up and make a little bit cleaner graph, but we want repeatability and clean graphs. So we're gonna try using a snapshot run instead of the optical and see if that gives us a better result, because maybe the optical pickup on the front where we have it mounted is wiggling or losing signal or something weird's happening. All right, dude, snapshot RPM 1700.
Okay, here we go.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like it held the load and then it let me go or something.
468 horse, 1,048 foot-pounds. Right about 469 horsepower. I think I have a setting. I think what happened is
It's holding load on snapshot.
Yes, on one of the menus, you can elect for the number of seconds to hold, and I forgot that I changed the number of seconds to like 4 or 5, and didn't mention that, and I didn't show you all that, and I think that's why just now that video showed that it was holding the truck at one position, and so you can enter that information in so that it will help to spool a turbo. Even though he was on top of the turbo, it wouldn't let go of the drum and then go back to 35% load. It ramps up to hold however long you have it entered. So anyway, that's why that pull was weird. I'm not sure why the graph is looking weird, because the power we're putting out of this thing is par for the course. We got two kind of goofy looking graphs, actually really goofy looking, and I think what's happening is that he starts sampling, and when the brake comes on, it draws it down below the actual RPM that it was set at, and it's like wigging it out or something. We're gonna work on smoothing this graph out. For right now though, we're going with 468, 1,048. I mean, for the turbo that he's got, a 62, 65, 14, and a 5x14 injector, I think that's a pretty honest number. I think from past experience, that's not bad. I think it's the turbine wheel.
Yeah.
And the compressor wheel, I know will make 500 or 600 if you have the fuel, but I think maybe the turbine and the housing is choking you a little bit. But we got a plan for the air side of things. So we'll just call this turbo test number 1.
Yes, exactly.
And we're gonna be right back with turbos.
Test 2.
I don't know if getting a dyno is gonna make money or cost us money, but right now we're going into the red, and that's okay because we're just trying to make 500 horse.
Yeah.
So that concludes our dyno sesh for today, but I don't think that concludes the dyno sessions in the future for this truck. We were digging around through some stuff in the shop. We already found a couple other turbos, so we got a plan. And
I'm still not happy.
yeah, we wanted 500 horsepower. We got 468 and a weird graph.
Yeah.
So we got some stuff to figure out on the Dynacom software, maybe the way we're making pulls, and we got some stuff to figure out to make 500 horse. We'll see you back here soon. I hope y'all enjoyed the first part of many episodes to come on something we haven't figured out a name for yet. What's a good name for making pulls on the dyno? We need to make a name for this series.
Lots of trucks are gonna get dyno.
Y'all leave a comment below. What do you think? Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Later.